Hello and welcome to Christy TV, the straight talking YouTube channel, yeah? If you want to see the best ever karma in a violent situation story, you stay tuned right here, because trust me, I have it. Yes, we've heard of unusual discoveries with famous people. I read this story when Kate Moss was boarded in the plane and she was discovered, and Liz Early, married to Hugh Grant, was discovered drinking a can of special brew. Of course, we had great musicians, Buskin who made it, Leo Sayer, one of them comes to my mind, and so on and so on. But this story takes it to a whole new level. It did not only get discovered and had world fame, but it had a karma story behind it like never before. Yes, so stay tuned. What was it? When was it? Who was it? Yes, it was a gentleman on a sunny afternoon, young gentleman, 18 years of age, in Great Yarmouth, Regent Road, playing his violin, busking outside of the Prince Regent pub, minding his own business, just gently stroking away, doing his bit, yeah, trying to get a few quid. And three big, strapping, young, drunk fishermen left a pub and started taunting the young lad. Yeah, come on, why don't you get a proper job? Come on, look at you playing this music. Are you a man or not? Why don't you get a proper job? This man just carries on playing his violin, doing his best, just trying to put a few bob in his pocket, food in his belly. Yeah, but the taunting continued. And one of them says, so much, get a proper job, and grabbed his violin and broke it. And it angered him so much that he approached, but he had second thoughts. He contained himself. Come on, one of them shouted, the fisherman, are you not going to do anything? Come on, are you a man or are you a woman? What are you, a girl there? Come on, you don't do anything, your mother's an whore. And bang, that was it, he snapped. Crunch, 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 crunch. And the three fishermen lay out flat, cold. Yes, sadly for the fisherman, there was a gentleman, a Jewish gentleman watching on, and he would discover this man. Sadly for the fisherman, disappointingly for the fisherman, or was it great for the fisherman karma? This man would be the first heavyweight champion of the world. Of course it was the Swaffham Gypsy, Jem Mace. Yes, so Jem Mace was discovered by knocking three fishermen out cold. A Jewish gentleman, typical in style. Some Jews are boxers, but mostly they are into the promoting side. And even back then, he had a watchful eye and he said, you better come to London with me. And the Jem Mace done so and become the British and All-Ireland champion. He went through the weights from welterweight right up to heavyweight. And he carried on doing this so much. And it was right on the turn of where bare knuckle fighting become illegal. And it actually stage fights, and he'd been arrested, and he'd made his way to America because he preferred the job without gloves, and it was there that he became the first ever heavyweight champion of the world. The fight was staged in the United States, and it led not a jet-setting life, because this was in an era, in the 1800s, where there was no jets, of course, but he all around the world via train and boat. And this gentleman actually become an Hall of Famer, inducted in the Hall of Fame in Australia, Canada, New Zealand, United States and Great Britain. Yeah, he was the first heavyweight champion of the world. How's your luck, fisherman, though, just coming out, you're a bit pissed up and picking on somebody. You want to have a bit of a fight, but you picked on the heavyweight champion of the world. Yeah, it's a little bit karma, right? Yeah, so this man had such a life. He actually... He had a taste for women. He had 14 children by 5 different wives, and but he had led that nomadic life. Hence the name the Gypsy. Couldn't read or write, but he had a taste for we would call it jet setting now, but it up and out there. He befriended the legendary lawman Wyatt Earp. Yeah, and he was up there, and he denied his roots as a Romany Gypsy, because he was such a good life. For many years he denied it, and he didn't want it to impede, his way of life, yeah. But later life he did. He didn't deny that, and another thing he didn't deny was right to the end was his love for women. He had and his love for a fight, because he carried on. Now listen to this. He had his last exhibition match at the age of 79. Did the Swaffham Gypsy, Jem Mace, 79, yeah. So he was still doing the same things that made him famous, had made him a mint. He was an heavy gambler and an heavy drinker, but apparently did go into serious training camp as well. You know, when it was press the go button, and so heavy gambler, heavy drinker, love for women. I suppose he was just missing the drugs, the rock and roll, but he certainly had the other bit. Sex included, 14 children, yeah. So that was the life, and yeah, actually died right on the doorstep of knocking on an actress's door. Yeah, so he was still after a pretty young actress right until his death at the age of 18. And one journalist had written, this man had lived 5 lifetimes. But anyway, that was a quick story of Gypsy Jem Mace, the Swaffham Gypsy. I hope you enjoyed it. And for all you fishermen and other people out there likewise, the next musician you see, maybe drop a couple of quid. Got a couple of quid in the hat, yeah? And don't go picking on them, and certainly don't go breaking their instruments, and definitely don't call their mother-in-law, because you never know who's lurking in waiting there. It could be the next Jem Mace. In the meantime,